All right, bet. Let's see what this is doing. Let's see what this does. We had to drop a new link, ladies and gentlemen. That got kind of crazy. But let's see if we can tap in now, and let's see what we do. Okay, I see us now. Looks good there. Looks good there. All right, looks much smoother. Looks much smoother now. Looks like we in smooth sailing. I don't know what the hell was going on, ladies and gentlemen. But let's start it off the same way with that same energy. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tag in. We back. You know, we gotta get that straight immediately. Immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, ISO on me real quick, HP, before we get this show started.
Hold on. Ready. Hold on, here we go.
First off, I want to say happy WrestleMania. It came, it's here, we're going to talk about it. Secondly, I like to say happy 420 to everybody that's celebrating 420. Thirdly, I like to say happy Easter to all the believers in the world. Remember, never luck, it's always God. And the fourth thing I want to say before we kick this off, I thought we was family on Adverb Podcast. We had a little discussion last night. Something came up. Why nobody told me how delicious Triscuits were? Y'all been holding out. HP mentioned Triscuits last night on the show. I was in the store today. I said, you know what? Let me try some Triscuits. And needless to say, I went a little crazy. So nobody told me how good Triscuits were. So I just want to shout out Triscuits, and I got a little fig jam. We've been snacking all day. And that's all I want to say. Welcome to night 2 Adverb Podcast. We in the building. We got
but now we gotta start this thing off with the now that we restarted, you know what I'm saying? We restarted. Let me go ahead and
get my last Triscuit in real quick. My last Triscuit.
Let me go ahead and I'm gonna do. We gonna do it again. That's what he was. We gonna do it again. We gonna do. You got to
gotta
give
say
it up.
that like 5-6 times.
I got about 15 more times. I got about 15 more times to do it. Oh, it's. I know people feelings is hurt right now. People looking sick right now. One, because we got the stream fixed. That's one. Two, that man did it. Cena bring back the spinner belt. No name. His name is literally no name. I gotta put that on the screen just because his name is no name. He who hath no name. Hope not, but if Cody Rhodes could bring back the Winged Eagle, it wouldn't surprise me.
Here's the thing. I don't think nobody's mad John Cena won. He got cheered. He didn't get booed out the building. He got cheered and applauded, and you deserve it in a thank you Cena chant. Nobody's mad at this, I don't think.
I think what it is, Real Rashad for life. Cena just ruined wrestling and let somebody better call Fanatics Fest. That's funny as hell. I think no one is mad, but I think people might be mad at the end. Like we expected more. You know what I'm saying? And Vinny, I see you in the chat, Vinny. You know, and your hold. I got 14 more of them to go. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a bad weekend for the Flair family.
And that's what hey brother. I know The Rock didn't pop out Hendon, you know what I'm saying? But we got that Terramana, we on it. I'm gonna pop out for The Rock, brother.
Only thing about that is we didn't really need the heel turn if The Rock is not going to be around. And no knock to Travis Scott, that could have been anybody. Any one of us could have did that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I think they thought they had The Rock. The Rock probably. This is why I say just stay out of wrestling. Just come back, be final boss to do like Ava type of shit, like NXT, like be general manager, imply decisions. When you start putting yourself in matches and you start putting yourself in the storyline, and then you can't fulfill the obligations, it lets us down because there's a large like, oh shit, and then at the biggest night, crickets.
So,
You send Travis Scott, bro.
what was the better night?
No shit.
I think it's even.
No, I don't think it's even close.
I think it's even.
I don't think it's close. Gamaj, where you got? I think it's night 2 by far. I
Night
think
2 had a couple of dead spots to me.
I
It
say
had
it's
what
less
even.
you talking about,
matches.
Gamaj.
No, I'd say it's even, but you guys know where I stand with Cena, so that's actually why I'm really quiet for this portion.
No, you
Like,
be quiet, brother. You on the pod.
no,
It's,
like
this
it's
ain't
like
the time to
when it
be
comes.
quiet.
No,
Matter of fact,
when it comes to Cena,
The
everybody
main
knows.
event was like a WWE 2K25 match. A bunch of signatures and spamming of finishers that you should not you should not kick out of. And that happened earlier tonight. It was a lot of that on night 2.
so Rashad, I see you in the chat. Better night for you was night 1. What do y'all feel? I had it at night 2. AJ Logan, pretty good. Drew and
Super slow.
Damian Priest, pretty good. Braun Dom and them,
Well, we
you
knew what
know I
that was
got
going to be already. We already knew that was going to be.
Bianca Io. That was that was good. I thought the worst match was the women's match, and that wasn't a bad match. It just wasn't the best match to me on the card, but it wasn't bad. I thought night 1, the War Raiders match wasn't good. Um, the Ray Phoenix match really wasn't good. It really. Well, I was expecting Ray Phoenix to get off. They like, yo, just go out there. Y'all got 8 minutes. Go make something happen. And I just thought, in the main event, say the Jay Uther Gunther match wasn't. It was okay. It was okay, but the ending was bad, and then it didn't have the energy. Tonight started off with energy. That women's triple threat cooked right out the gate. Energy was different. Energy was different.
And I've been saying that the crowd played such an important part in this, and tonight they were woke. But that main event, it was
Last night's main. If they'd have swapped them nights of main events, holy shit.
Randy and Joe Hendry. I don't think that you can't count that in. I don't think it cool moment, but no.
I forgot. Yeah, it was a cool moment. However, it sets
AJ
up
and
what we
Logan,
want.
I expected that to cook more. That felt kind of slow to me.
I like the end.
I agree
I
with
like the
Archer.
end. I thought
Priest and
I do think it was
McIntyre,
below my
I just
expectations.
a street fight, but I went to take a shower. Got out the shower. The match hadn't started yet. Damian Priest was still coming to the ring. I was like, oh, this is gonna be one of those. This was another kind of. It was a street fight. It was fire, but it's a street fight. You know what you're getting out of that. I think it's a draw. I think both nights, like you said, if the main events had switched, we'd be having a whole different conversation. But
I'll say this. I think night 1 had the better close, and I think night 2 had the better opening. It was like they started hot, and then it didn't stay consistent.
this is why you need one night of WrestleMania, and this is why you need one card, because you can kind of trim the fat that way. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's bad though about that? It's good, but you just don't know what you're trimming because certain, sometimes some matches cooking like damn, right? But I agree 100%. You should trim the fat. There was 14 matches between 2 nights. It could have been one night with 10. One night with 10. Some matches got to start off fast paced. The Drew Priest, you start off throwing punches. Don't even let somebody finish their entrance. Get that shit on the ramp. It's a street fight. Get that shit on the ramp. Gunther, Jey Uso, they got to do something. That match could have been better just by changing the way Jey Uso wins. A 3 count, a pinning changes that at least a point in your rating system because you're like, didn't
That
kick
brings
out.
the energy up. That would have brought
It
the
brings the
energy up.
energy up.
And
Changes
here's the thing:
a lot.
both main events ended the same way. Interference, foreign object, pin.
Yeah, just night
It was
1.
the same thing twice.
Just night 1 did it better. That's the only thing.
And both nights had nut kicks. Pause. Just to add that into the mix, you know what I'm saying? But like night 1 main event was killer. one for the ages. People are gonna debate that match in
If Cena
history.
and Cody had just went out there and wrestled without the extra, and John just beat him, that would have been a better ending. And I think nobody's really mad at this. People have been complaining about Cody all year. Now you're gonna can't please everybody, but that crowd, thank you, Cena, you deserve it. He did it.
He did it. I'm very happy he did it. The fact that either women's title, we've been talking about that for a couple of days, Rashad. I'm not even we're gonna touch back on it when we get to that one tag match. But
let's start from the top and run through it real quick. You know how we did, because we got to go through our predictions, and I think it's safe to say you might have the number one in the draft.
We'll announce it the way it needed to be announced, brother. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's go back to the top of the card. The first match out the gate, I ain't gonna hold you, was the women's triple threat world heavyweight championship match, and that was Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley.
Fire.
Ladies and gentlemen,
fire.
And still, what? Hold on, we gotta slide us to the side. Slide them pennies to the side. There we go.
That's never a good time, by the way. That's never a good time. Take them off.
To slide the pennies to the side?
Nah, that hurt. Take them off.
I think I finally caught what you said because I'm happy this happened. But yeah, for you, brother. Archie's night 2 was pretty bad, brother. We're gonna get into the implications of that in a little bit. But no, that match cooked, bro.
Fire.
Fire. That was actually better than I thought it was gonna be.
Io looked great. She's over. Bianca's a star, bro. I don't know. She has it. Bianca has it. And Rhea finally looked like Rhea. Because like I said, since she's been back, the return hasn't been that great. And she's completely separated from Dom now. Everybody looked good. They came out cooking. The ending was fire. Good end. I love the ending.
Same.
Ending was fire. And that set the tone. The crowd was hot. I don't think many people expected Io to win like that, but I don't think anybody was mad. Io Shirai is a star, an international star. Io Sky, she's over and arguably the best wrestler on that roster right now. And she showed it. And she retained her championship.
When you talk about best wrestlers, you do got to start saying with these women because they're not different. They just,
No. Io Shirai Sky is top of the top when it comes to wrestling
in the business. In WWE, she is top 5.
And when she do this, he ain't get to she get.
I used to hate that shit, but you know what? It makes me when I watch Wale Mania, the DNA battle. Go check it out if you haven't. It's on DNA's channel. Get money, drink water. It reminds me of D'Lo Brown, and you know how D'Lo Brown used to like it. Just like, and ever since I thought of it like that, I love it. She
started out hot, bro. Started out hot, and she proved her point that she's not to be overlooked. And if we get a Bianca Rhea thing out of this, I think that can give us what we want to the summer, bro.
Now let me ask this, because going back to night 1,
and HP won. HP got that win because he picked Io. I picked Bianca.
We can get to the. That's a whole separate story.
No, we're not holding. We got to get through it tonight. We're not holding back. I know I lost.
We don't know that.
No, we
don't know that. Yo, what age? Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta.
He's a sore winner. He's a sore winner, man.
You remember in Rocky where Adrian tried to tell Rocky, you can't win. There was a point tonight on the card where I was on some shit like, he can't win. So, salute. But we're going to go through a card. Be humble. I'm not Kendrick Lamar. What they say, Jesus say, turn the other cheek. That's what I'm in the Bible. I ain't in it. You know what I mean?
But like Drake said, F all that happy to be that y'all want me on. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They started out hot. They started out good. I was excited. And you know what I'm saying?
Let's compare them because they both had 7 matches, right? They both had 7 matches. I'm gonna move Gramage real quick while he gets himself back. Yeah, Gramage is still in Vegas, y'all. So he's got a lot going on.
That's G Vegas. He's officially. I named him G Vegas because he loves it. New York might not ever see him again. And DNA is
the
at
second match,
WrestleMania, so
yeah, and DNA might not even pop up tonight. You know what I'm saying? He may not. Who knows? Because he's in the building. The second match, bam, we got to slide the panties to the side. How we feel about this match? How we calling this match? And what do we see in the future for Drew McIntyre?
I don't know what to do with Drew at this point.
I mean, I would say he's deserving to be in the title picture, but they're not going to do that while Cena's champion now.
I don't know who they're gonna have chasing Cena.
Probably Orton.
I'm talking about McIntyre. You know, you said Cena.
No, I'm saying that Orton might be chasing Cena.
I'll get into Cena in a second because that picture, the picture is so clear on the wall. They set it up tonight. We saw the poster. It all adds up. The mic is there. It wrote itself. But what about Drew? Where does Drew stand? Drew had a fire. He won a Slammy. Was he not? Gamaj, you were at the Slammies. You were in the vicinity of the Slammies today.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did this man pick up? Tell us about that. You was in the building, brother. You was in the building.
I think he got the social media award, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so we know Drew had a fire 2024. He was one of the MVPs of 2024. I think he picked up a Slammy for that as well. For something about 2020. You said some social media stuff.
Yeah, like best social media move, which he was real petty too. He deserved that one.
But Drew, Drew is officially on SmackDown, which is Cody Rhodes, John Cena. John Cena. Technically, Roman Reigns is still there. He's still on SmackDown, but he used to go between shows. AJ Styles, I believe, is also on. No, AJ Styles is on Raw. Yeah, so I don't think they're feeding him because Randy Orton is also on. And when we talk about Mr. Orton, he didn't have a match scheduled. He was doing an open challenge. And tonight, we got to slide these panties to the side. Orton wins against, say his name, man. He appears, Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion. Is that a risk to TNA? What we doing? What we talking about?
It was a lot of pandering tonight, bro, and a lot of ads, money being spent on stuff. It was like a big commercial tonight. I really didn't like that, to be honest. They was talking about juice and ice cream and video, but it was so much advertised. But I get it. It was just a lot of it.
Yeah, but what about Orton?
I didn't like that.
Orton? Orton was eating ice cream.
If Randy Orton had beaten Joe Hendry and became the TNA champ and went to TNA and ran amok, I would have loved it. That would have been crazy. Randy Orton running through the TNA roster, but helping that talent get over. That's what a merger does. TNA has not looked good since this WWE merger. They've not looked good. The champions don't win. They come over and lose. They've been taking L's on NXT. It just hasn't been good for I don't see the TNA getting any what was the word? No shine. TNA, there's no benefit. Right. There's never been no shine, really. Moose lost. Jordan Grace lost. You know what I'm saying? Joe Hendry lost. And he lost again.
Joe Hendry's lost like twice now.
So yeah, it's you put these people in these spots, and I know, hey, you can I can't say I wrestled Randy on that WrestleMania, but still, as a champion of another company, your company has to look strong at some point. TNA never really looked strong in this merger, and who knows what that means for the other companies that WWE has merged with. They have a thing. Sting came in and wrestled Triple H and lost. It's a thing about coming into WWE and not getting over. Even if you're over, you're not going to get over right away. Booker T got buried as soon as he came over. It doesn't matter who you are. That's just the WWE thing, and it's something I don't like. Now, we didn't expect Randy to lose tonight. But if it was more of a thing, bro, Randy Orton being TNA champ would have been crazy.
You know
Because
it's
Randy
funny.
Orton could really cook with a lot of that roster.
You brought up something that was not really even thought about, even when I watched Randy Orton just win. Randy Orton should have been, and they mentioned it in
Pat
the
McAfee
thing. I
said it.
think it
If
was,
he wins, does he become the TNA champ?
does he become the TNA World Champ? That should have happened for a couple of reasons. One, I got to bring up Ric Flair, bro.
It gives Randy another. He's a step closer.
It gives Randy a world title.
And what did
From
Cena say? I'm going to be here to shake the hand of the man
the man
who gets
who wins
18.
number 18. And the only person like is Randy Orton. Randy Orton is a 14-time champ. If he wins, boom, he's 15. He drops that title in TNA. Like, if you look at Flair's title, how many WWE titles has he got? 2.
That would have been a great
The rest are
setup
other
for
companies.
Randy and Randy and Cena down the line.
That's probably gonna happen sooner than later. Randy Orton, let me get out of this ISO. Randy's on the cover for Backlash, which after a WrestleMania win, it looks like that's where you're gonna go. I don't like it
Randy
because it's
told
too
us something
early.
without telling us something. Randy Orton had trunks on tonight that were designed like his debut trunks his first year. To me, that's a subtle goodbye. You got to pay attention to these things. Randy's not going to be here. Roman said he got 2. Jay said he got 2 years left. Roman said he don't see life in wrestling past his contract, which expires next year. So a lot of these
Next year,
guys,
Roman's expires next year at WrestleMania.
and he said he don't see a wrestling life past that. Jay Uso said he got 2 years left. Swerve Strickland said he only got 5, and I only bring up that because Swerve's young.
Yeah,
I don't think
Swerve is
these
young.
wrestlers are wrestling into their 40s and 50s how the old class of school of wrestlers used to wrestle. So I think Randy was kind of giving us a little start to wave goodbye tonight with that homage to himself. There's somebody else who had on some interesting trunks tonight, and if maybe it's a coincidence, but if it wasn't, you kind of a slime ball. But we're gonna get there.
Rashad, real Rashad on Instagram. I'm not sure if Joe Hendry was injured, but I do agree with Archie on this one, 100% easily. They haven't looked good. You know, don't be bringing over your. I don't mind Joe Hendry losing to Randy Orton in an impromptu match. I wish it would have been longer. I like Randy Orton got the moment where he did the Joe Hendry. I like that he RKO'd him on his way out. It made a little a WrestleMania moment. It brings more light to TNA. However, these motherfuckers got to get wins. They have to beat WWE guys on WWE soil.
Here's the
It
thing.
doesn't mean nothing when you go to.
Show me the TNA stars highlights since they've been in WWE.
There's none.
That's my point.
The only one they can showcase is Joe Hendry. He got into the Rumble, squared off with Roman, right? But immediately was eliminated. He didn't do. Oh, I'll give you one. There is one. Jordan Grace, the year they started this, TNA Knockouts champion. Remember, she was the TNA when she first came in at the Royal Rumble, and she was the Iron Woman. She did a long stint in. That's the only highlight. But that's not like, you know what I'm saying? That's the best I can give you, bro.
So,
That's
we'll
not.
see.
That's not. It might not be what you're asking for, but that's the best I could give you. Outside of that, TNA stars win in TNA. Moose should have beat Oba, or if Oba wins, Oba should have took them. You got to go to TNA, bro. And that's why Nick Nemeth won't participate. Nick Nemeth said he don't want to because one, I was already there in that company. So what would that look like if I was a world champ? Now I go and fight their NXT talent. That's a big step down. Not good. I like that Joe Hendry went WrestleMania, Randy Orton, but he was beat pretty fast.
Bro, if that I'm here to show the world, here to show the would have hit tonight, that would have went.
Oh, that would have been, yeah. And they probably would have cooked because Nick Nemeth can go. I mean, so does Joe Hendry too, though. I just think WWE was like, hey, you're only gonna get 8 minutes, make something happen, and they just did what they, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, 8 minutes, bro. If you give us 25, we could cook. I think.
Yeah. Hey, they got what they want, and I've been saying it for months now. They got the social media moment because we live in the age of social media superstar. And shout out to Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry's crowd control, top tier. Top of the top. He knows how to control a crowd and work a crowd And that's something a lot of wrestlers don't know how to do without a microphone. So kudos to him.
Yeah. I I also like the fact that I didn't see this coming. I started thinking about it today. I saw a post. Someone said, I'm like, nah.
I don't
And
know
then when it
why everybody
happened,
was saying Nick Aldis. I never thought it was Nick Aldis ever, not
because
once.
Nick Aldis, we know he's a wrestler. I think he's made a comment about wanting to get back in the ring, but WWE, their rules are very stringent compared to
Nah, Nick
some of these other
Aldis
promotions.
probably would never wrestle in the WWE. Like I don't.
No, I agree with you. He probably
They
never
don't even
will.
mention him or his wrestling past or his like he was a champion though. He was the man. They don't ever
He has
mention
matches
that.
with Cody Rhodes.
They don't ever mention that. So
Vern Vetter, we see you in the chat, good brother. We see you on Instagram. Um, let's get into this fatal
you on
4-way.
Instagram, come over to YouTube, man. We way more active on the YouTube. Just hit the subscribe and notification button.
And hey, on YouTube, you get to be a part of the draft,
The
the
draft.
transfer portal.
So what's the
And
next
let me
match, HP?
actually, to be
We
honest, we
skipped.
skipped. We skipped. We did skip. But it's all good. We talk about Randy Orton. We gotta give Randy Orton his love. But now we gotta talk about Braun, Penta, Dom, and fucking Finn Balor.
Fire.
And Lord knows I predicted this to the T.
I
I even
said it.
said who he was
We
in.
both said it.
I said it. I went with my gut. You did not go with. Well, I don't know if you could go with your gut. I don't even know if that was my gut because all four men had a beautiful opportunity to win. This match had great everything, build up, lead up, switch up. So I can't really get you know what I'm saying. Dom
My
won
initial
though.
thoughts was it was too early to put a title on
Let's
Penta.
slide the pennies on
It was too
on
early to put a
yeah.
title on Penta, and I said either Dom pins Finn and that breaks up the Judgment Day, or Finn beats Dom. But I didn't know to give it to Finn. I couldn't decide, so I went with Brian Breaker,
Right,
who
right,
looked
right, right,
great.
right.
But
Notable. Everybody looked good.
that crowd wanted Dom to win.
I agree with you. I
He
think
got the most, bro. When he came out, they
he,
popped for him.
bro, he went back to the ring to get some more shine. They also did not get the pop Don got. Dom is he was the biggest heel they actually had as far as like the crowd. When every building, every arena, he can't get a fucking word out. And tonight it flipped. Dom already has 15 years in the business, which is crazy.
He probably still won't be able to talk, but people like Dominic Mysterio.
I like Dominic Mysterio.
And he's the only
Yo,
person in Judgment Day with gold now. So
that's crazy. That's
and the
crazy. I
ending,
love
the
Dominic.
ending to that match, another fire ending. Fire ending.
Is he the new leader of the Judgment Day? What's your opinion on that? Good question, Vinny.
I think Liv's the leader of the Judgment Day, to be honest.
It does feel like that, don't it?
Yeah, she came in and took that because it's never been Finn. Finn's never been like the leader, except for the early Judgment Day. Because then it was like Rhea and Priest, and Finn always been like the second, third man.
Mike McCullough, he ran right past Finn. The camera, like you see it clear as day.
Yeah, Dom's he's on his way.
SCB First Lady.
He's on his
You had
way.
Bron Kenny. That's who. There was no wrong answer in this. Even though we actually got an outcome, there was really no wrong answer going into this. Every situation you pick for one of them to win, it's a clear storyline going forward. All of
Dominic
them
is
have
gonna
put in
cook,
work.
and he's gonna cook in AAA. Watch, telling you, they a lot of these Hispanic and Latino superstars that never worked in AAA. This is gonna be amazing. That Worlds Collide event is gonna be fire.
You know
So
what's even good. People don't realize this too, or maybe they don't know. When CM Punk came back, the first one he had him working with was Dom. They trusted Dom, like, yo,
Dom
you
is
got to work.
safe. He's safe in the ring.
Dom is safe. There was somebody else Dom had worked with too. Like Dom is the guy that on them house shows, that's who they give him. And Dom has an interesting move set. Dom is still very young. Dom is still very young. We forget because he's been on TV since he was like 6 years old in
Yeah,
WWE
with
rings.
blonde hair and puka shell necklace, looking crazy.
Yeah, like Dom has been doing it, bro. So I'm very happy because Dom has over 15 years. Dom has had multiple Mania moments.
Yeah,
With
and
Eddie
they trust Dom.
Guerrero.
Dom and Damian Priest are two people. When people come in, they let them work with those two. Dom has worked with legends. Dom has worked
Yeah.
with everybody. Priest, they gave him Bad Bunny. Like these are two people, and you gotta be safe in the ring. Dom wrestles. I always said Dom wrestles like he's training. Dom stuff is real crisp at times. It's real it's like it don't look real almost. It's just by the book.
I'm smooth, bro.
If your
I
dad
just
is
think
Rey
over
Mysterio,
time,
you should be able to wrestle.
100%. And he does, and he can, and he can. He shows it every night. I'm very happy for this. It's paid off. Dom has not had gold. A lot of people didn't really see Dom winning because he's the guy who also takes a lot of L's. Because when you have the big matches, he can put on with you,
He's a
and
heel. That's the
he's a
other side
heel.
of being a heel. You lose. But shout
So
out to Dominic
uh,
Mysterio.
also WWE has a great mid tier for that IC belt right now because you look at those four, right? And even on the US title side, you have Jacob Fatu, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade,
Those
LA
mid tiers
Knight.
are starting to be more interesting than the mains.
And then you look at that as your future. You look at in 5 years from now, you're Dom, you're Braun Breakers, you know what I'm saying? You're Jacob Fatu, you're you know what I'm saying? Like these guys they got it. They got it. I'm very happy for this. I'm very happy with Dom. I'm very happy with that result. I'm very happy with the fucking match. I don't know what the storyline coming out of this is. Obviously, he
You
fucking
know what the
pinned
story
Finn
is.
Balor.
Him and Finn gonna Finn's out of there.
But Braun's got to be wanting his time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we might get a fatal 4-way rematch or a triple threat rematch because Braun, I didn't lose. I did, when he started doing, he gonna spear Carlino get killed every night, bro. I love it. I love it. I love it, bro. I love it. You got any more for that, or you want to move on? Because I definitely, this next one was
Viva
a
la
little good.
raza. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, let me slide these panties to the side. Boom. The next one was Logan Paul. Boom. We're gonna go to the other side. Oh shit, I did the
Didn't
wrong one.
like this at all.
Interesting. Interesting.
I'm a Logan Paul
Um,
guy. I'm a AJ Styles guy. This match was it was slow. I didn't expect it to be as slow as it was. And
it's funny you use the word slow. I do agree with that comment. It's just I'm with you, bro. It was lower than my standard. I'm not gonna try to cap. It
yeah,
was
I
that
don't know what it was, but I expected more from them two in the ring together. And I think this might be the point where Paul either commits to wrestling or steps away. Because if you're going to be gone and the quality of your matches are starting to go down, you don't need to be around.
here's the problem with him though. He's had such high quality matches
Yeah,
at
but
the
if the
highest
quality
level.
starts to go down, you don't need to be
But
around.
but but here's the problem. I don't agree with that statement. They put him in the ring to start with their biggest guys. Pause. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, now he's got AJ Styles at a WrestleMania. I don't remember who we had last WrestleMania.
But that's
Like,
what I'm
why
saying.
are
They
you
put him
doing
in the
this?
ring with a wrestler. This should have been way better than any of that.
I think AJ is a new style wrestler that's mixed with his age. If this is 7 years ago, AJ, I think it cooks. If it's 7 years ago versus the current day Logan Paul, but AJ's getting older. Remember, AJ just came back from that knee injury.
Yeah, well,
I think
hey,
AJ wrestles careful too.
he
So I don't
has
know
to.
if it's all on Logan. I'm
I don't know who
expecting
it's
AJ.
on, but this wasn't the banger that I thought it could have been. I said this potentially had the ability to steal the show, and it didn't
It
do
didn't.
it didn't do much for me.
I'm with
And
you, bro.
and I like both of
It,
these people. It's just Logan. You can't pop. Logan is doing the thing that we complain about. Pop
yo,
up, have
Logan's
one
gonna face
match.
Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 39. Was that the match? Why don't I remember this? Hold on, let my brain buffer for a minute.
Logan pops up and he's in these big spots, but we got to get you some week to week stuff, brother.
I agree with that. You should have never see Logan has went the opposite way, and he's the first person to really do this because most people start at the bottom of the card, work their way up. When people start at the top of the card, they typically do 1 or 2 matches and they're done. Logan is doing full time and started at the top. He started at the Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and now you got to come down, not down because AJ Styles is right up there too. But
that's what I'm saying. I don't expect 5-star matches every time, but this
I think I do. I think
on the biggest stage of them all, this should have been better. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
And the other person that had the tights on, I want to say that was Logan Paul had on a very interesting design on his tights tonight that I noticed. It really reminded me of He Who Shall Not Be Named. So
He shall not be named. And we're gonna tap in, bomb.
And if that was an intentional thing with his tights, that's not cool. So
I'm gonna look into that.
I gotta say
Rachel
something.
Wish.
What I'm about to say is so real. You could catch a
all right. ISO on Z. Let's give Z a good 2 to 3 minutes, man.
Wait, but this is crazy because I need y'all to confirm if I'm living in a dream or not. Because what happened to me, right? I had a show tonight that I did right after work. Got on the mic. I was like, "You motherfuckers is lucky I'm here. WrestleMania is on. I don't even want to be here right now." I was avoiding all
fucking heel.
I literally told them at the show. I did a freestyle. I said, "Some no luck. WrestleMania is on right now. Y'all lucky I even showed up." Word for word. I was avoiding social media like the plague. Literally, I got home 2 minutes ago, right before I walked in the fucking door. Just like out of instinct, I opened Instagram. And you understand, the reason I was avoiding this shit was because I was avoiding sadness. I wasn't ready to see anything about this motherfucking Cody Rhodes with his stupid face and his stupid neck tattoo and his stupid fucking golden Cisco hair holding up the belt over Johnson. I wasn't trying to see none of it.
It's like your girl left her phone unlocked and you picked it up and you didn't want to know what was in there.
It said John Cena
did that.
Wins historic 17th title. And my faith in life is restored. Finally. They did. No, what I need y'all to confirm is if I'm dreaming or not. Because I still ain't seen them. I was coming home to watch the match to be disappointed. I was like, bro, I'm not even going to watch them.
You're going to be disappointed in the match, but not the result.
It's no way. If the result is the result, it's no way I could be disappointed. 17 times. You know what this means? We get heel Cena versus face Orton. But most importantly, Cody Rhodes is fucking, he don't have the belt anymore. And already it's more important. Can we agree to that? Already the belt is more important. Already. Bro, I'm so happy with this shit. I really didn't think they was going to do that. Bro, if I wouldn't have seen that, I would have been yelling at the top of my lungs as soon as I seen, because in a million years, I didn't think they was going to pull that trigger, man. I didn't think, bro.
Hold on. I know we slid our panties to the side for Z, but we about to slide these panties again. Let's go ahead and slide these panties. That's
bro.
Hey, no!
Bro. Yo, I'm not going to lie. I want him to come out next week with Basic Thugonomics playing with the fucking, he put that belt up and put the spinner on it. I'm trying to see, bro.
He came out with nothing tonight. He just walked out.
Insane, bro. Insane. Were y'all shocked when it happened? Let me ask y'all.
Nah, because the ending was a little weird. So ending was a little weird. I mean, you're going to watch the match. I don't want to spoil it. Well, you know the ending, but.
Yeah, you can spoil it. We on the recap. You can spoil whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, like I didn't see the match yet. The only thing I seen was the result, and I was trying to avoid it. but I'm happy
Because
you
had interference. Travis Scott came out, which I hated. That played a role in the end of the match. He caught a nasty crossroads though, so that was crazy. But
He was limp.
Travis
He was
Scott
supposed to
came
roll
out
out the
is
ring.
crazy.
Cena did hit him with he put him in the STFU, and they called it the STFU, which I thought was dope.
Fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
because normally they don't say it no more.
Yeah, they don't ever say that. But yeah, he did it. I'm gonna have to watch it again, but it was kind of the same ending as last night though. It was a foreign object, interference, low blow, and kind of thing. But here's the thing, Z. The crowd was going crazy.
Bro, and I was gonna say this yesterday on the recap, and I was so ready
I don't
to
think
be
nobody's really
disappointed
mad about it, bro, because they were chanting
I
thank you,
knew they
Cena.
was gonna go crazy. I knew they was gonna go. First of all, let me just say this to my GOAT. If you're listening, your hair looks crazy right there. That shit looks like you got the box cut G.I. Joe ready to go to the army tomorrow. Your hair looks crazy. But
He got the guile from Street Fighter.
He really do. Cut. The hair looks wild. But everything else is fire. Get those Cody Rhodes side plates off immediately and get ready for the fucking Cena. Bro, we getting at least the rest of the year with Cena as champion. Ain't no way they taking that belt off him until at least the fucking Survivor Series or some shit.
Yeah,
they already are. They already are advertising John Cena in Perth, the takeover. And that's in October. October.
Yeah. Y'all get ready. Y'all get ready because I'm all the way. I feel like this already the title's more important. Cena should have that shit. Cena should. I don't even know what they would have done with Cena if he didn't win. I'm trying to look at the chat right now to see what they're saying. But if you gave me 1,000 guesses, you could have given me 1,000 guesses. I would have never guessed that fucking Travis Scott came out and interfered with the match.
Because the lock's not available.
Because
and that's the bad
Cody
part.
said he was gonna give him a receipt for hitting him in the face like that. He said when he see him, it was on site. So Travis came out, did his little thing. My thing about Travis is he's not physically imposing to where I would think he would
at all, bro.
Affect him. He's like 5'8", 150, if that. But he played his role, and I'm tired of hearing that damn Fiend song. That's one reason I'm glad WrestleMania is over. They played that shit too much. Oh, Z, Z, I gotta admit something, brother.
What's that?
I tried them. These shits is too good.
I told you, bro. I told you fuck up a box of Triscuits. It's the perfect time, too.
They're too good.
I get to sipping and some Triscuits.
Man,
there's only one thing I can eat more than Triscuits.
Day.
You know how you know he fucked up? He had 3 boxes of them motherfuckers.
I went to the store. They just so happened to be on sale, like 2 for $5. I said, let me try some flavors. So
them shits is fire, bro.
Yeah, I think yeah. But yeah, it was. I was gonna ask you what you thought about. Do you know any other results?
Yeah. I know pretty much all the results.
Okay.
I gotta see. Like, if you ask me match by Dominic, I seen that. I seen a lot of that match. Fire. I think by the end of that match, he made a believer of everyone. Everyone was like, by the end of that match, before the match ended, everyone wanted him to win. They were like, yo. It's his time.
He got like the biggest pop out of everybody. Yo, I didn't expect it because he came out in a mask and he took the mask off and the crowd went crazy.
Yeah. He really did. That's the crowd was weird yesterday, but I feel like it was a lot better tonight. And I feel like the crowd played into what they didn't want them to play into almost.
Dom is such a good heel, bro. He's perfect, which means he could probably be an amazing baby face, but I don't ever want to see that.
I don't want to see it. It's not right now.
Bro, I feel like he's such a good heel He gets to a point, and not many, bro. This is a real accomplishment of a good heel because this doesn't happen often. He's so good. People have gotten to a point where they like to cheer for him being a bad guy. They like him being an asshole.
SCB First Lady said he struggled to take the mask off. He was having a hard time taking it off, right? Wade Barrett is amazing on commentary.
Yes, he is. Shout out to Wade Barrett.
He said that's the point. The luchador match is sacred. It's supposed to be hard to take off. Wade Barrett was flipping stuff all night, even when Michael Cole called the 450 a shooting star press.
Yes. They went back.
No, that was Pat McAfee corrected him. But Wade Barrett and Pat McAfee they held it down.
Excellent.
Yeah, Wade Barrett. I would love to see Wade Barrett in the ring one more time, though.
I was about to say we need to see at least one. Bro, what Wade Barrett was legendary when he was there. Like what he did was super unheard of at the time. He was the leader.
He left on top because he did the bad news thing and never wrestled as Bad News Barrett. Then he just retired.
No, I think he did wrestle a couple times as Bad News Barrett.
No, he wrestled as Bad News Barrett
because he was coming out on a podium. And, I'm afraid I got some bad news, and then he just retired.
No, he I'm pretty sure he was named Bad News Barrett at one point and got a couple matches in.
I'm talking about when he was doing the announcements as I'm afraid I got some bad news. Like that.
So been his actual
character. He that never became a thing, which would have been crazy. Yeah, Wade Barrett was.
I should have thought he did. I'm gonna have to look into that because I thought he did, but I like Bad News. He's a 5-time Intercontinental. Injuries. I want to say it's his neck or his back. My neck.
Something with his But yeah. What were we, HP? We were Logan Paul. I was talking about the Titans.
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Sure.
AJ moving on. Yeah.
Then we got this shit. While we still got the panties to the side. Let me put this picture up.
Don't do it. Fuck.
Speaking of panties to the side.
Let me say the F word, man.
I knew. I gotta be fair. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be fair. Women's tag team champions. I hate this shit.
The WWE is doing everything they can to get Lyra Valkyria over, bro. For some reason,
I was gonna say a lame attempt to try to get Lyra over, and they jeopardized Becky's return by trying to do that. Terrible.
Becky just said at like a book event she was done with wrestling, not wrestling. I don't think Becky was really prepared to do this though. And you know why I say that? Her ring gear didn't say WrestleMania ring gear to me. If you know you're doing WrestleMania, bro, Bianca Belair had on a cake made out of roses tonight. It didn't look WrestleMania ready to me.
Do you think it was she was unprepared or she just didn't want to do it?
Could be a little bit of both.
Last minute.
Could be a little bit of both.
I think it was a last minute thing because you could have did this storyline without even adding Bayley if you wanted to.
Bayley and Lyra could have been a tag team.
Right. So why swap her out last minute? Oh, she got hurt. She got attacked. And then
my thing is Becky Lynch is not a full-time wrestler. So that means those tag titles might just be held up again.
No. They're supposed to go to NXT, I think, in a week to defend them. Because they just did that women's gauntlet match down there and shit. So I don't know. Why would you?
We won't have Becky Lynch for a year. And that's just I don't see her being around that long.
I think that was a waste of her return. A lot of people were waiting for that return.
But they both from like the same country, I believe. Lyra, they got some kind of connection and they try to play off of that. And I mean,
they'll also be surprised if they drop those titles really fast. I mean, we may go into Monday Night Raw with a rematch and they take the titles right back. And Liv and Raquel.
I didn't think Dom would be the only Judgment Day member with gold after WrestleMania.
Yeah, but they might get them titles.
Because think about it, Judgment Day had always had at least multiple champions. They had tag champs, they had the women's champ, they had Priest, Dom even had the North American title. Judgment Day was everybody. It was like a gold factory.
Yeah,
I thought Liv and Dom both with titles would have been like just terrorizing. Like they can really pop off.
It can still come back to that because when you talk about Becky Lynch and her retirement, I also think you're right. They'll drop them titles real quick, maybe even before Backlash. Because remember, next week on SmackDown, we got. Huh?
And
I think
Mike hit
they'll
me up
give
on Instagram in the DM. He's like, I know you hate this. I'm like, yes, I hate this. I'm just not
I
a
could see
Becky
them
guy.
giving those titles back to Liv because Liv is so fucking popular, bro. She's so old, and Liv, if you go on social media and shit, she's always all over social media with Dom and like. I could see them giving that title right back to her.
You know, then it should. And I will be pissed if Liv goes for the Intercontinental title because again, this is my thing about tiers. Once you're a world champion and you're over as Liv, Liv's gonna have more world title reigns. Don't put you in, and you'll cloud the Intercontinental title picture right now because you should be competing to get back up to the world title or focused on your tag titles. Intercontinental title is there's a bunch of girls who still got to come up from NXT. There's a bunch of women on the roster sitting idle.
Well,
Machine.
this is the new season of WWE start. You know, WrestleMania is the finale, so this might be the year where Liv just does that type of stuff because
that's
so
bad.
Lyra
It's still bad.
currently has.
I don't think
IC
Liv was ever really picked to be when they signed her to be a women's champion. She just got popping.
I don't think they look at it like that because they sign up for such long deals and then so
Well, see, they
unless they're
just
coming from
re-signed
another
her, but when Liv
organization,
first got there, she was you know, people
the
started liking
wrestling
her because
landscape was different.
they
She was
they
like
were
a
attracted to Liv. Again, we talked about this earlier. The social media superstar and how, you know, attraction and people liking you versus what you do in the ring get you over. Same thing with Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose wasn't great in the ring, but she had 2
I don't
titles.
think people can build belts back up that easily when you're already as a world champion status. Because, like, look at Io Sky. Io Sky competed in the IC title tournament and lost, which was no point, right? Because you just had her become world champion, and it messes up the believability. How you can't beat these people, and all of a sudden 1 week you're just the guy, right?
Well, I
If
agree
Liv
with
goes on
Mike
the intercontinental,
because remember the
you're gonna
open
bring up
challenge.
John Cena in the U.S.
The
title,
open
right?
challenge was not a thing until Cena, and you can always say that.
Cena
Yeah, but
improves
here's
everything.
the thing: the women's title picture on Raw is see
But
when you guys
HP,
say these
look,
things, you
remember
have
we
to
just said
when you guys say these things, make sure you're looking at the entire forest. You go, okay, cool. Io Sky just retained. Who's her next challenger? We have to set up challengers. When I take a challenger from this tier, drop them down. Who's next here? If there's no one, because you have Rhea and Bianca, they're now head to head, but you're probably going to use one of those two because those are the two that you've been pitting against in that world title picture. If you take them away, what other contenders do you see outside of Liv?
wrestling is different now. It's not about talent so much as names. We just need the big names in the scenes. We don't care how they're there. We just need them in the scenes.
That's not
Wait,
true
let
because
me
we
ask
also are the same
does
podcast that
Lyra
talk about.
and does Lyra currently have the IC and the tag team belt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
she's
yeah,
double up.
And I agree with Mike. She's losing that to Liv, and Dom and Liv are both going to be the IC twins, 100%. Unless they're trying to make her look super tough, which I just think, nah. I think you don't give up that IC belt, and they're going to try to use the tag team. They're going to try to use the Becky Lynch tag team to build her up, which they've done before. They've given like an up and comer to a vet, and it's elevated them. I don't think it ever works like DOD.
IC twins gives me a fucking headache.
That's
That
what
would
I
be
think it's
fire
going to
though.
be.
It would
think
like
so,
I
too.
just didn't think of it in that like we both
And
got
they're
the
going to
Intercontinental.
be all over social media, all over it. They're already. I was on TikTok watching a motherfucker who shows watches, and Liv and Dom showed up. They're already all over.
People don't care about what their favorites have, as long as they have something.
Yeah, I think, and when you say that IC title twins, that immediately made my brain start buffering, bro. Like
Twinsies, I could see Liv. Twinsies and
twinsies, and that's it. And that's a whole new set of merch getting sold. That's a whole new stream of revenue, popularity.
hey, they call Rhea and Priest the Terror Twins. They didn't have no titles.
They had nothing. If they have them IC belts, oh my fucking god, I'm gonna vomit. But I'm gonna vomit some good shit. I'm gonna vomit
Favorite moment of the night, gentlemen.
You said you having a good night?
No, said favorite moment of the night. What was your favorite moment of the night too?
We done with the matches?
We
talked about Randy already.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Terrible.
And then we circle back to the guy.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah. I read that
Unless
they
you want
was
to circle
trying to
back to
pitch
this
Jeff
guy.
Hardy, but favorite moment of the night. That women's match cooked, bro. That women's match cooked.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
I like that
Yeah.
EO one.
That women's match cooked, and that Dom, bro. I don't know.
Dom is my favorite moment of the night, bro. I think Dom is my favorite moment of the night.
We watched a man turn a crowd, bro. We watched it live. We watched it live.
63,000 people cheering. He got more pop than Jey Uso. He got so much pop. He came back to the ring to show off the chair, and they was going crazy.
And look what we saying, bro. That's the thing. We talking about somebody that won a secondary title being the best moment of the night. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And on night one, outside of that main event, which wasn't for the title, I think Jacob Fatu had a hell of a night, bro.
Outside of the main event, I agree with that one too.
So
Jacob
that's
Fatu
two secondary titles.
Yeah. And no argument.
Jey Uso's win on YouTube has like 20,000 dislikes. What do y'all think of that?
I agree. I dislike it. Not that he won. I like
how he won.
It's how he did it. You need the 3 count for the suspense.
You need the 1.
It changes everything. 2, 3. He rolls off the body, or but what if it would have been a sneaky pin? One of them Bret Harts where he rolls him up and Gunther's trying to kick out.
I saw a video of Gunther. Gunther looked like he was damn near in tears. He was pissed. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened during that match.
Gunther's never lost like that.
Something happened during that match.
I think it was what happened. You made him tap. I think just like Bianca cried in the back when she got squashed. You made me fucking tap, bro. I think he probably told him this is bad for my character. This is bad for my character. And
that
it
whole
is.
Title reign was bad for his character.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying. That whole title reign was bad for Gunther's character. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes they try shit and it don't work.
It was good for his character. He had a bad title run, but you can't say it was bad for his character when the guy only has 4 losses on the main roster.
I think it actually added to his character because
he was a champion at 600. He was a champion for 666 days. He was a champion for
that's why I think it was bad for his character, because he was champion for 600 days and then he goes into this weak ass title reign. I feel like he looks weaker.
That's not his fault. That's not his fault. When the records show, they're gonna say he had this. They're gonna say he had this. WWE purposely did not have him fight Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, or Damian Priest. He had Damian Priest, but Damian Priest the weakest of that bunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because his IC run, they sent some killers at him for his IC run.
Yeah, so that's not on him. That's a booking thing. But when you get to say you were champion for this 600, I set records. You know what I mean? Like, you got to take the silver.
The only only reason I say it was good for his character is because we got to see the character develop. He started talking shit. He started popping up, and we never seen that before from him. But the IC run was definitely better than the big title run.
Way better, bro. What? Yo, we was talking about
that was because they threw killers at him.
I give his title reign a 5. I'm the middler again. That's a super 5, bro. Not just a regular 5, a super 5. I'm tempted to give that shit a 4.
You talking about when he tapped at NXT? I don't think he ever tapped on main.
He never tapped on main roster.
Yeah, I don't think he's tapped on the main either. I remember the Dragon. Let me see. We can look it up.
But here's the thing: Jey Uso should have never made him tap. Shades of Bret Hart. Gunther should have locked that shit in.
Las Vegas screw job.
And he should have. The Las Vegas screw job would have been crazy. Bro, you just made my brain buckle.
And I counted. He only had that sleeper hold on when he fell to the ground for 5 seconds, bro. Like,
Z, you remember when Stone Cold and Bret fought at Survivor Series, right? The first encounter before the WrestleMania, right? Stone Cold puts the sleeper, the $1 Million Dream on Bret. Bret goes to the turnbuckle, steps up. rolls back, and Stone Cold can't break the fucking hold because he's got the sleeper locked in. And you can't break it when someone's rolled their body weight on top of you. Brett picks up the win. That's what Jey Uso
Bro,
should have did.
Jay never used no sleeper before. It's like
No. Gunther locks it in because that's Gunther's move.
no, but I'm saying Jay beat you with something he never. If it's just a weird
Yeah.
finish, it's just a weird.
And you tap. You don't tap to a sleep. Go to sleep. The
It's a
wrestlers
weird
do the arm
finish.
joint.
Then Jimmy popped up out of nowhere. It was, and they moved on real quick to the next thing.
And the crowd wasn't yeeting like that.
The only other time he tapped out, by the way, I just looked, was to a sleeper hold. So if you want to beat this motherfucker Gunther, just put him in the sleeper hold. It's something about a sleeper hold that the motherfucker clearly don't like. He's tapped out twice in his career to a sleep. And hey, look, Dragunov is fire, but Dragunov is this tall, and he fucking, I just watched the clip. He tapped out Gunther with a sleeper hold.
Dragunov
can go though.
Dragunov can,
yeah, Dragunov can fucking go. Vern Vito, salute.
Jey Uso probably did. He probably looked at this shit. He was like, yo, for some reason, the sleeper hold.
See, that's the problem with the story. That should have been mentioned. I know your weakness, Oos. I know how to beat you, Oos. It took me a while.
Jimmy should have told him that.
Yeah, it took me a while, but I found it. And that should have been the thing.
I agree with you.
He whipped it out, but the story was just him saying he couldn't do shit for 6 weeks.
Nah, the story was like real, like, you gotta believe, bro. Like, we got
his
this,
story
y'all.
was like the little engine that couldn't.
Right. That shit, bro.
Y'all don't know, but slide these panties to the side.
Come on, man.
That's
Don't do
night
that.
one.
Let me say, Jey Uso, congratulations. I think, contrary, we have had an era of weak fucking title reigns. Contrary to the shit I'm saying,
I think Jay's gonna have a better run than Gunther.
100%. I say it now.
Yes.
I think he's going to have a better run and
Here's
a
the thing.
stronger run.
Who are they going to send at him? Are they going to send a bunch of like
Roman?
Anybody.
B plus?
Anybody.
Or they're going to get the top of the card?
Okay, so here's the funny part. What you said, Archie. When you send killers at somebody, right? Cool. But typically the world title has guys that are like that, right? Jey Uso is always the underdog, which means any win he gets, it's always going to be surprising, which already puts him at an advantage over Gunther, because Gunther came off strong, where typically most of the guys you put him in the ring with, he's not the underdog. Same thing with Cody Rhodes. How many times was he the underdog in his reign? He was never. Maybe the Gunther match. And there was no title on the line. But the fake title, a Sega Genesis championship of online fucking Saudi Arabian bullshit. There was no stakes.
Sega Genesis is crazy. Let me say
that's what that title looked like.
I'm
looking at the Raw roster. If they want to do something, because I believe the World Heavyweight is on Raw, right? It's on Raw right now. If they want to do something, the man right now to send that Jey Uso, even though they did him dirty tonight, would be AJ Styles. That's the man to send that Jey Uso right now. If you're gonna send him and put him in the
you did that exact same thing last year. Cody Rhodes won at WrestleMania last year. Last year, AJ Styles lost to LA Knight. You know who Cody Rhodes' first opponent was last year after WrestleMania?
My goat just got him out of here. I'm not trying to hear none of that Cody Rhodes shit. My goat just got rid of him. I'm just saying,
it's literally copy paste if you do that. Don't do that. Do not send the loser of WrestleMania to fight the winner of a WrestleMania big match, especially AJ, who did it directly last year.
See, Cody Rhodes' reign was so bad, it got my brother HP all messed up in the head, and he really thinks the same shit is gonna happen to Jey Uso. No, bro, I hate
you said you know who the best guy to send is AJ Styles. I'm just bringing up historical text. Cody Rhodes' first opponent after WrestleMania was AJ Styles. Who did AJ Styles face at WrestleMania? LA Knight. Who won that match? LA Knight. So why did the loser go? So I'm mad, but you're making this worse. I need to trust you.
We know ain't no you know Jey Uso can't beat AJ Styles in no wrestling match.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was thinking about. That's the only thing I was thinking about. I was like,
if we really talking about it, Jey Uso can't beat a lot of people in a wrestling match.
No, but even technically,
I
AJ
agree.
Styles will make everyone be like, "Yo,
Jay
if AJ
Uso is
Styles
damn near a brawler. Like you know,
Yeah.
With mad super kicks.
so
AJ Styles would go crazy though."
it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Because I'm gonna be real. I'm looking at the Raw roster. I don't know if they got anyone else really to like go at him like that. Like Bronson Reed,
Drew
if he comes
McIntyre should
back,
be his first
absolutely.
guy. Drew McIntyre went after the bloodline and beat up Jey Uso, and then all of a sudden it went nowhere. And that was in January, right before the Royal Rumble.
Bro, but look at
Drew
Drew.
McIntyre,
Drew just came out of a
Drew is
war
on
with CM.
SmackDown.
no,
But if they switched it, let's just say Drew. Drew just came out of war with CM Punk, just beat Priest. That wouldn't fair, bro. This is gonna be
I mean, you're right.
the booking of Jey Uso is gonna be very interesting. I think they're gonna have is you got to
They're
find
gonna make him
people
fight
that's
Sami Zayn.
Bro,
He gonna
Drew
be fighting
McIntyre will
Sami.
fuck Jey Uso up, bro. I'm not trying
But
to
that's
see
what.
that, man.
But that's what your champion needs. Do you remember when Shawn Michaels? I always go back to Shawn Michaels, right? Because he was a great Intercontinental Champion turned World Champion guy. Because people like, all right, he beat Brett, but who else is he gonna be able to beat, bro? Them world title guys are killers at that
but
time.
Sean
First
got
guy that gave him was
busy, dog.
right. No, 100%. But the first guy that gave him was Diesel, right? And it was like, bro, you've never beaten Diesel, so you were already an underdog, right? Then they gave him like Mankind, they gave him the British Bulldog, they gave him Vader, they gave him guys that you could see. Bronson Reed needs to make a comeback real quick
Yup,
because Bronson
immediately.
Reed might be the guy that you put him in the ring with, and go,
I agree, and
holy shit!
that's the only other person I was looking at that they got on the roster. But bro, Bronson Reed will fuck Jey Uso. Like, here's the thing about the Shawn Michaels thing. Why I gotta interrupt it a little bit because, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I wasn't like watching when this shit was coming out. I feel like Shawn was seen as like not just the underdog, but like the small guy. Like, oh, he's not as big as these big, broad, muscular. Like, I don't think Jey Uso is seen as that. I think he's seen as the underdog, but I don't think it's like, oh, he's the small motherfucker.
It's not a
these.
size thing with Jey Uso. It's just a
Yeah.
wrestling thing. People think Jey Uso is all flash, no substance. They think he's a taunt, he's a t-shirt, and that's it. People don't believe in him and his in-ring ability. Shawn Michaels can wrestle.
Them t-shirts say a lot about who they give that fucking title to. Them t-shirts selling. It dictates a lot that goes on behind the scenes, man. Them t-shirts.
And I think that's what he's the intro and he's everything else. Like my thing was CM Punk when he came back. I was a huge CM Punk fan back then. When he came back, my thing was people liked CM Punk for everything but wrestling. They liked him because he's controversial. They liked him because he's good on the mic. He turned me back into a fan with the last year of work he did. It's going to take work to turn a fan. So
I agree.
I think people think Jey Uso is just an entrance, merch, and a taunt. They're a wrestler after all those things.
What about Logan Paul? Vinny's up here saying Logan Paul, who got a win tonight. He should be clear of AJ because AJ looks like he'll go against Karrion Kross.
The reason Logan Paul and Roman
shirts.
Reigns was the reason Logan Paul and Roman Reigns was able to be a main event. Bro, this might sound crazy, but I kind of feel like Logan Paul gets a little more busy than Jey Uso too. But also, the people Logan Paul was wrestling kind of carried the show. Like Roman Reigns made that a main event. Ricochet and made that a main. AJ, like, I don't know about tonight's match. I didn't see that match particularly. But the people that Logan work with kind of carry him a lot too. Like, that's why I said you got to throw someone like a Roman at Jay for real.
You have to because he's the champion. The champion is going to be on the front of the poster, and who's on the other side of that versus sign is very important.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll tell you this: come SummerSlam, there's going to be a guy calling. And you want to know his name? Seth freaking Rollins. Because there's going to be backlash for what happened last night. But guess what? Come SummerSlam, he's going to clear out of this triple threat area of the Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman's got to walk him forward now. And the first thing they're going to do is go for that world title. And whoever has it is going to be, by SummerSlam, is going to be Seth Rollins versus fill in the blank. If it's Jey Uso, that's who it is. that belt is going, especially, and that's a good writing because he'd be like, I know your moves. You were in the bloodline. I taught you what you know. I elevated you. And now I'm giving it to the architect, the prophet, the visionary, the
Yeah,
revolutionary.
it's gonna be interesting, bro. And like Z said, the Raw roster, it's
weak
it's
right
just
now.
weird. It's a big gap between these rosters.
It's really only got
Right.
AJ Bronson Reed. I mean, they got Dominic, but I don't think they would do Dominic versus Jay.
Dominic is
Even if
nowhere near a world title yet, but he's
yeah, I
good at
don't even.
that mid.
Bro, that'd be crazy.
The crazy thing is they got
If Dominic
Ilja.
won
And
a
if
world
Ilja comes
title,
back, if Dragunov comes back as the only other motherfucker that made Gunther tap with a sleeper hold, no less, I think that would go crazy. I really do. And Ilja actually makes sense to fight with Jay, and I could see Jay getting that win.
here's
but you
the
gotta
thing:
throw.
we don't know.
The average person doesn't know Dragunov, so it's hard to push that PLE.
They can
Dragunov
get to
don't
know
sell.
if they put enough of
Oh yeah,
enough
but you
of
got
him
to
in
give
front
him
of
some
you.
months. You got to give him some months.
What if Gunther wins the title back?
He could.
That could happen too. That could happen too.
Yo,
We ain't
you
talking
know
about
what?
it.
I'm with that. Go for one of those old school, go back and because y'all know that's why Randy Orton and John Cena got them 16, 17 numbers, right? Because they went home months just switching that shit back and forth all the time. But
John
I
Cena
can
has
see
a
that.
24-hour title.
If not, fuck it. Give it to JD McDonough, bro. Give JD McDonough a shot. Fuck it.
I'm not doing that. But I'll put JD McDonough in the mid tiers or in a tag title picture, but not that. Because when he comes back, he's gonna get a pop. It's that guy who got his neck damn near snapped, but not in the
This
world.
is where you need a Finn Balor to step up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Finn Balor would be the one right now.
That would be
And
good.
I think I seen
that
that in the chat.
I could even see Jey Uso, Damian Priest being if Priest was like a heel. Like you gotta give him like some killers that ain't gonna kill, but they could. Like we can kill you,
Damian
but
Priest is good. He's at that verge. He's had
we
one
gotta
world
make this
title already.
believable.
Where is Finn
See,
Balor
this is where Montez Ford would benefit if he ever got a singles run. Like something like that, like somebody that's just testing the waters. Like we'll see. But overall, I don't know if you can give a score, Z, but HP, WrestleMania as a whole, what you give it? Last night we was at 6.5 on night one.
I think I can give it a complete 7. A complete 7.
I
no
give it
less,
a 10.
But no depth. But no.
You heard fuck everything else.
It was the worst match tonight.
5 to 10.
That match
was the worst match tonight.
It was a lot of people who didn't have a lot of chemistry together. This WrestleMania.
Yeah, I give it a 7. Very. I almost could go back to 6.5.
Oh, let me ask the chat.
Chat,
give us y'all numbers for night one and night two as a whole. Yesterday we said it was 6.5. I'm still at a 6.5, 7 on extremely good, but 6.5, 7 for me. What y'all got, chat?
For the 7. But you know what I think it is too? Hey, let me say this. He who must not be named. I like that, by the way. I think we're gonna fucking rock with that. He who must not be named was doing this shit for a long time. Sometimes traditions are traditions for a reason, like classics are classic for a reason. Like when you try to make Jey Uso fucking sleeper hold out of nowhere, right? I'm gonna say this. I think as someone watching, Triple H is still figuring it out a little. I don't know what it is he's still figuring out. I don't know if it's just him making all the decisions or if it's the whole team, but I think he's still figuring out a little. He gets certain things right.
I think Triple H is figuring it out. Like he's getting a lot of on-the-job training. And you got to think, the WWE is expanding so rapidly.
Yes.
So he in ring and stories might be the 8th thing on his list.
Yeah.
And we don't know
7 out of 10 on
we
Instagram.
don't know who he has as a team around him. I just know it's a tough job, bro. He got his hands in a lot.
Joker said 2.6 out of 10 for the night is crazy.
They buying companies, they doing collaborations with companies, they're doing deals overseas, they're doing TV deals. They have all these developments coming up, bro. It's a lot. It's only 24 hours in a day. And
it's only so much TV time you get.
And he has to figure out all of this over here, and still be a husband and a dad and take care of himself because he had the heart issue. So, bro, Triple H got a lot on his plate, and I think he's getting a lot of on-the-job training. And as we see all the time,
it's all new ground.
But here's the thing, too, and we see all the time, the WWE is always hiring people.
All the time.
So we don't know.
All the time. You're on Indeed right now.
Like, we don't know. I just know I keep applying and they ain't hit me back yet. So
yeah, WWE does hire
hey, when they looking for a safety, I got you.
They needed one tonight because Stone Cold damn sure took somebody out.
You could fuck around and be like the green shirt guy. He done went to so many shows. They done gave him a job.
Yeah, Stone Cold hit the thing. It was wild tonight.
Let me give you some WWE of jobs. WWE Retail Event Associate for Backlash, St. Louis, Missouri. Pay information not provided. Inquiry Learning Specialist, STEM, WWE/DES. It's in Illinois. Senior UI Artist, WWE 2K. They're paying $112,000 to $144,000 a year. That's based out of Irvine, California. Get your degrees up. I'm not going to go through all the needs. Senior Server Engineer for WWE 2K, $122,000 to $157,000
they need that. They need that
year.
Bad.
Senior UI Artist, WWE 2K, $112,000 to $144,000 a year. WWE Production Manager, Stamford, Connecticut. Staff IT Auditor, WWE. 2526 WWE Special Education Assistant, self-contained. That's a horrible paying job, but you get up to 25,000. So hopefully, it says full time. Yikes. Executive and AV Support Technician, WWE.
Damn,
that's horrible money,
career, man. Damn.
WWE. I mean, if you making 25,000, go work at Burger King. You'll make 32.
It might be more perks working for WWE though. I don't know.
It probably will be, but you be work anyway. HR business partner. I was
Gamage HR.
You would have kicked me off right now if I'd have said that shit. But
what HP is saying is there's a lot of jobs available in the WWE.
I just caught that too because I was looking at the fucking rosters and I just caught that too.
But we call Gamage HR, man. We say Gamage HR on the show.
Executive assistant, legal.
I'm not gonna lie. Some of those jobs, based on what you're reading, it sounds like the type of job that like it's time for them to give you actual money, and they be like, "Yo, why don't you take these tickets to this fucking Friday Night SmackDown instead?" Nah, bro, I need to get paid. I need my money.
We're gonna pay you in t-shirts.
So it's time to fucking payday comes and they hit you off with some fucking Jey Uso Yeet Flakes instead of money, bro. I'm not with this.
Yeah. This job for them right here out of New York, I'm not going to go into all the. I already have half the skills required. Y'all better go on Udemy and all these other things and start looking. This job out of New York pays $110,000 to $120,000. So if you want to work with WWE, get you a fucking Indeed account and start looking and type in.
Doing what? See that shit. Bro, he just said this job in New York doing what? It says a fucking
U.S. It says manager. It says manager of U.S. benefits, WWE, based out of New York.
That sounds
like you're going to show up to the job interview and you.
Let me go to job details. It says WWE is an integrated media organization and a recognized global leader in sports entertainment. The company consists of a portfolio of businesses that create and deliver original content 52 weeks a year in a global audience. WWE is committed to family-friendly entertainment and its on television programming, premium live events, digital media.
You sound like the micro machines, man.
I'm trying to read it fast. I'm trying to get to like the okay. Job title: Manager, U.S. Benefits. Reports to VP Global Benefits. TKO Holdings, which has stock. TKO is a premium sports entertainment. All right, whatever. God damn, it's not even getting to the. All right, we are seeking experienced, detail-oriented manager, U.S. Benefits, to oversee and manage the administrative of all U.S. employee benefits programs for TKO. This position will be responsible for ensuring compliance.
Some administrative HR work.
My bad, y'all. Slow down.
No, I'm not gonna
I was
lie.
reading that bitch fast.
That sound like the person that get the headaches when the new year coming and got to sign people up for their insurance benefits. It's a benefit.
If I work for TKO, I'm trying to steal money somehow. They got a lot of it. They
definitely got it. I'm telling you, those jobs are all six-figure. Well over 122 to 157.
Yeah, 120 in New York though. Is that really?
It's not. It's not. It's not.
Hey,
It's good
that's
money, but
240,000 bags of chips. It's something. That's
Hey,
it's
120,000
worked.
Arizonans. It's
But
still
my
something.
money stretches farther in Florida with 122 than in New York. I just came
Yeah, but you
back.
got a
I'm
fucking
from Jersey. You
world-ending
see it.
hurricane every other fucking week, bro. Every other week, I'll be watching fucking the news. They like, yo, this is a once-in-a-century hurricane about to hit Florida. How you have a once-in-a-century hurricane every fucking month, bro?
the new
They
century
don't.
every month. Time
I
The
ain't
new
do.
center.
real.
I do need to get down to the new fucking Epic Universe at Universal though, in Florida. I'll tell you that much.
I've been trying to get the
Speaking of
Harry Potter
promos,
world for a few years now. Anybody work for Disney or something like that, let me know.
Super fire.
speaking of promos, let, let me do this. We gotta slide the panties to the side, y'all. Y'all know how we do on this one. The Wednesday night wars. You
Who
know what I'm
won,
saying? The
man?
Wednesday night.
Who won? Who got the first pick?
Oh yeah,
Let
Oh,
hold
I'm
on.
about to go. I'm about to go into it. I'm about to go into it. You know what I'm saying? You know
I
I'm
gotta
about to go
watch.
into it.
I gotta watch Cena and Cody after this, but I gotta see who won because I gotta battle rap whoever's team. I gotta battle rap both of your teams. But I gotta see who won this shit because HP was talking a lot of shit, a lot of
He
Remember,
shit.
got
I
me,
had
but
a
I'm gonna let
1-0.
him. I'm gonna let him grapple in his victory. Go ahead.
I had a 1-0 lead going into tonight. Logan Paul, AJ. He had Logan. I had AJ. I lost. That's a one for Archie. We both had Drew McIntyre. Fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental. I picked Dom. Oh, that's a win for me. Liv and
Ooh,
Raquel, we both picked.
that's
We
a
both
good one.
lost on that.
That's a good one.
Women's triple threat match. He picked Bianca. I picked Io Sky.
It's over.
Bang, that's
Ooh.
two. All he needs is the world title to tie it up. But he picked Cody Rhodes, and your man picked John Cena. Yo,
Yo, Jerry, good shit, Jerry.
and
I
with the
can't
first
lie.
pick, he makes the earth sick. I'm letting y'all know right now, it's full business. Um, it's gonna pop off. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna be part of one or two teams. Get drafted, get the transfer portal. You will either be a part of the Horseman 97. Bong, there's your leader. There's your leader. You know what I mean? The Horseman 97. Bong, we got the logo up. You know what I'm saying? I like the teeth though. That's kind of fire. Or you
It
can
is.
come down with the killers. You know what I'm saying? King HP. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what we do. The fucking click, baby. It is what it is. Y'all better tap in. This Wednesday is gonna be a movie. I promise you. Oh my God. I could talk. This is gonna be crazy. Thank you, gentlemen in the chat. Let me get out of this. We gotta take our pennies back. You know what I'm saying? Bong. We back here in full effect. What a
Hey,
WrestleMania.
we might have to think of another phrase of how you introduce the whole side thing, but you killed it on them
Turn your
predictions,
panties
bro.
to the side. We all done it. We all have done it.
Joker,
You
that's
killed
my
the
actual
predictions,
logo.
bro.
I have 6 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Laugh all you want, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We 24 karat grilled up. This is a Louisiana thing. If you don't understand, just say you don't understand. That's it.
Hey, if you don't
Nah,
like
that's
that one for him, I rock with RG joint. You know what
Come
I'm
on,
saying? Because that's
man.
the bear.
That's real life. That's how I rock. When I'm out and about and doing my shows, it's a different thing. But yeah, you know.
hey,
If
look,
you if you if
I'll
it's
say
Black
this.
History Month, you might see this logo from me. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh,
might see
Oh,
this
yo,
logo from me.
whoever's who's
But
cooking up these
typically, I
logos
love
is
this.
fire because there's a lot of fire logos going around. We got to talk, Jerry, because whoever's cooking these up, this shit is fire. But I'll say this before I get out of here because I gotta watch Cena and Cody. Gotta get ready for tomorrow. She said hashtag panties to the side is crazy. Yo, Wednesday Night Wars. Make sure y'all tap in. It's Open Challenge Z, just like in the Open Challenge.
oh, we got
I'm a
some people
battle
that
rap.
be talking
I'm
that
a
battle
battle
rap
rap
talk.
wrestling
So
bars for y'all. I'll give you
Hey, be careful what
$100.
you ask for.
We're gonna do that. It's Open Challenge Z. Wrestling bars only. I got 100 if you could beat me. Wednesday Night
ooh,
Wars. Y'all make sure to tune into the draft.
Yo,
Y'all make sure to tap in.
yo.
Y'all seen me? I did a kip up mid wrestling bars battle. So if you could really beat me in them wrestling bars, shit, I got 100 for the best one. Whoever y'all get your
would
teams ready.
you do what a one? Are you gonna do a 1-rounder Z or how that work? Or we need to talk about it some
I do
more.
a one rounder with for every rapper y'all got. Y'all get your teams ready. Y'all pick your best. And I'm gonna go anyone who wanna rap, we gonna rap with. So everyone's gonna get a chance. We'll see how to do it based on how many people enter. But I'm telling you this: the best one, If you could beat me, you got to beat me clear. These motherfuckers are like, yeah, you gonna get $100.
Hey, just know this: it's gonna be off of Wednesday Night Wars. So y'all know what it
It's
is.
about to be
Sign up for
crazy.
the transfer portal. It just got crazy. Y'all heard that open challenge is
That's
crazy.
200 bags of chips, yo. 200 bags of chips.
Crazy.
And if y'all don't know, I'll be pulling up with a ring announcer and everything. So y'all
I might
better
need some
come
more
support.
Triscuits, so I might have to get my pen ready. Hey, somebody's been horsing
Yeah,
around
this
7.
just changed everything. Ladies
gotta
and
get-
gentlemen, be a part of the transfer portal. It's $199. We should be getting members signed up right now. If you, the only way to be a part of it and even be entered is to be a minimum
You
part of the
got till
transfer.
Tuesday morning. So
Look at that.
What you
That
say,
shit
Archie?
is,
Till Tuesday.
till Tuesday.
you said that shit is how much? You said it's $199? If you enter that, if you
$199.
enter that shit and you could clearly beat me $100, that's a subscription for years. I'm gonna pay your subscription on the team. Look at that
Hey,
shit.
matter of fact,
That's 2 years.
even though this could be biased, I'm going to match Z on that. So it just went to 200. I'm going to match Z on that.
200.
You have my word. You seen what happened with the 5 giveaways of the WWE 2K. I got
That's
it wrong,
400
and what I
bags of
do
chips.
went in and
That's
sent it.
400 bags of chips. You know what you could do with
We out here with
240?
it. The transfer portal just got extra lit. There will be a battle rap section portion of this, and there's going to be $200 on the line. It would be a shame for you to be sitting at home like, damn, I could have did it. Holy shit. I ain't
Y'all better be ready because I'm gonna be in heel dropout mode. And with that being said, I'm gonna tap out and go watch my GOAT accomplish the best. Gentlemen, I'll be back for the recap on either Tuesday or Friday or Wednesday. I'm gonna pop in on y'all.
All right.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Z just dropped a bag on y'all. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? We give away 2K over here. We give away merch. We give away battles. Now we giving away subscriptions. Z dropping money. Z done made it rain on the podcast.
Lifetime membership. And
Z came here and he went Okada on us. Make it rain.
dog, definitely considering buying stock in them. Yeah, Real Rashad. I definitely am thinking about it too now that you're saying that in TKO. Just because I watch wrestling, it's like getting my money back, right? Technically speaking, this is not financial advice. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to get
Nah, that shit ain't going how it need to go.
But god damn, so y'all just got an exclusive. The only way to even be part of that, we're gonna have battles. We'll have different
And that's
one-on-ones. We'll
gonna
have
be
different
and
conversations.
I think that's the only way to pick the winner. Let the people that's in the transfer portal vote.
Yes,
and if you're in the
the
portal,
only way. That's the only way. So make sure you see it at the bottom on that ticker. It's scrolling across the screen. You go to the YouTube, you see the member, you click on the Attitude Era memberships. All it takes is $199.
So Wednesday, 8:30, King HP will be drafting his
With the first pick.
draft pick in the Attitude Era podcast Wednesday Night War draft. This is a shout out to the number 1 pick, baby. But you know how drafts work. The number 1 pick usually go to the worst team in the league. So y'all have fun. Y'all have fun.
She went the rebuttal. Archie might even be in this battle. I might be in this battle. You might be in this battle.
Oh, I got some bars for some people, and I know it's some people who battle in here. You know, Z done did some things.
For real.
Z been on URL.
Right. We might need a whole nother tier for the battle.
Z been in the trenches. Z's active. Z's been in it.
That's a hell of a look.
And y'all know who else just made their return at WrestleMania?
The legendary
DNA had 2 battles last week. He had one on TikTok and one at WrestleMania in Vegas. So, you know who else has been on the show? Tay-Rock, Lady Caution. Might have some ladies in here. Cortez. Chess has done something on the show.
We got interviews that we ain't even dropped. I got interviews
Marv
with
One has done something on the show.
Smack.
Then if you go back to other Attitude Era podcasts, Jazz the Rapper, Saga. So Hey, Z might just be this might be what you need. I don't know what you need, but this might be what you need. And the fact that he's gonna drop Z putting 100 in, HP putting 100 in, that's 200. Like, what more could you want? What more could you want?
For $199, an opportunity to win $200 and get your shit out there. And it's not even that's not even the wrestling part that me and Archie are bringing every Wednesday where we have these battles. That's just a whole. This is just hot off the press that just happened, and you know what?
Yeah,
We're gonna
because
honor that.
Wednesday we're gonna have a lot to talk about because this Monday Night Raw is gonna be very interesting. And I think we're gonna talk about Raw, but this draft is what we doing Wednesday.
Yeah. And we'll just cover Raw probably a
No.
little bit extra.
We going live Monday. So Wednesday is Wednesday Night Wars. What am I talking about? We're going live Monday to talk about Raw. And
You're
Wednesday,
right. I'm tripping too.
Wednesday, you need to be here. I'm gonna have my suit on. I'm gonna have my tie on. Look.
Oh, I'm gonna look very professional too, brother. You ain't the only one that can.
Nah, we doing it.
First
you know what I'm saying? And with the second pick in the Attitude Era Podcast Wednesday Night War Draft.
And with that means I would have the third pick. And with the third pick, I mean the Earths. Y'all already heard Jay. I ain't gotta rewrap it to you. Holy shit. This turned out crazy.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for anyone who wasn't here to hear it. Hopefully you tap in for the rewatch. I might put a timestamp on this motherfucker just so people can
we're gonna have to tell them you got one more shot at this, and that's Monday. If you don't know what we're talking about Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on this very channel you're watching right now. We are doing a draft. Who are we drafting? You. If you like wrestling, if you like battle rap, hell, you might just like to argue with people. I don't know what your thing is. Might be your kink. We don't kink shame over here. We are drafting our viewers. What you talking about, Archie? What that mean? That means we picked you to be on our team, and when we need people on our team to represent the team, your face is going to be on this screen representing the team, or your comments are going to get first priority being read representing the team because you might not want to be on camera. Cool, we got you. You might want to be on camera. Cool, we got you. So we drafting viewers, and on Wednesday it's the Wednesday Night War. We might debate versus we got going on. We might debate who's better. We might just want to talk wrestling. We might want to talk the week. Whatever we talking about, whatever the conversation is, you will be an active member of that conversation by being on the screen with us. And how do you do that? You get drafted. Archie, how do I get drafted? You go to the YouTube memberships. I've been telling y'all, slide to YouTube and subscribe. That's free. Clicking the live is free. But if you want to be in these conversations in a box on the screen, you got to subscribe to one of our memberships. We made this as cheap as possible. It's $1.99, right? And then you have till Tuesday morning to subscribe. It's other tiers, right? You can get other stuff, other content, whatever. But if you just want to be a part of this fun part of this, $1.99, that's the cheapest we could have possibly made it for this to work and to get people in. And that's how you get, it's called a transfer portal, right? Because in college, what do the kids do when they want to switch schools? They get a transfer portal. And that's how we drafted y'all. So anybody that has a membership is getting drafted. Whether you want to get drafted or not, you getting drafted. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that. If you want to get drafted, you're getting drafted. And you're gonna be a part of either my team, which is the Horseman 97, or King HP team, which is the Click. So, yes, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. And Z, the dropout, just said he gonna battle people from the team. And what does that mean? He said he gonna do one round. I got another logo coming too. Don't disrespect me like that. We got another. Yeah, don't disrespect me like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't see he being disrespectful. Y'all don't want to work for that guy. So Z, the dropout, just said he's gonna battle some people from the teams, and then he's gonna give $100 to the winner if you can beat him. And I'm matching. Then guess what King HP said? I'm matching. So not only are we drafting people, anybody in the draft that wants to battle Z the dropout in a one rounder, getting $200. Plus, if you win, remember, you get to vote on the battle. So If you're a member, that's how we decide. So membership definitely has benefits. You get to talk on our platform. We trust in y'all with our platform because we have the coolest and dopest chat around. Most podcasts and
100%.
media people, they don't talk to their chat. They don't interact with the chat. We do. And like I said, this is for y'all who keep this thing live and keep it going, and we want to bring y'all on, but we got to know that you want to be a part of it. So getting in the transfer portal lets us know that you're interested. $1.99. You like it, cool. Renew it. If you don't like it, you could cancel it. It's nothing like that. And I'm sure you just spent the $1.99 on something less than that. And you are going on a reputable media outlet. We have 12,000 YouTube subscribers. We want to get that number up. We have 20,000 Instagram, 40,000 TikTok. Our Jacob Fatu video has 6 million views alone. That's just Jacob. We can talk about Kurt Angle. We can talk about Bret Hart. We can talk about Kane, Mankind, Godfather, all those people we've interviewed here because we have other content on this channel as well. If you're new, you haven't seen the interviews, check out the interviews. We have original content, a lot of stuff on this channel, but Wednesdays is going to be specifically for the Wednesday Night Wars. Well, we're going head up, Horseman 97 versus The Click. And if you want to be down, $1.99 gets you in the door.
I don't know who Taco Chalupa is over here in the chat, but talking reckless won't get it done. Either sign up or shut your mouth or bounce.
Who is Taco
You know what I'm saying?
Chalupa?
Who is Taco Chalupa? This Cornball County graduate, class of Cornball County. Fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Talking about two pussies. Hey, bro, you get your whole shit ate up. You can, you know what I mean?
I ain't see
I don't
that.
know.
What is that?
I did. I think he means on podcast shit. I'ma hope that that's what he means, and he'll still get crushed. I don't do competition well. I'm a sore winner and a sore loser, and losing is something I'm allergic to. So that's not happening. You know what I mean? Secondly,
Hey,
God forbid it was on some other shit.
Prayers to all involved. So.
I didn't even take to that kindly. I just saw that shit. Whatever. Get up out of here.
And of course,
but anyway, for anybody else trying to be proactive and being a part of something that's fun and exhilarating and something that is innovative.
Oh, the Asylum is live. Come on panel if you dare. I bet you won't. Oh, he got his own thing he doing.
Yeah, okay. He got his own thing. But sign up for the transfer portal and come get it. What's stopping you? Only air an opportunity. And $1.99.
Billings aside. Hey, one thing about me, I ignore a lot, but when I give you the attention you want, you're probably not gonna want it no more.
You probably 100%. And I typically don't.
So
but imagine 98 15-9F. That's gonna be a crazy. I prefer the Randy Orton John Cena over the Rock John Cena.
Hey, honest. I'll come to the Asylum. I ain't tripping. Don't threaten me with a good time.
I'll definitely come to. Sign up for that transfer portal and come get it. And I'll go where I'll go to you.
I'm gonna check you out.
My man said at some shit.
I'll give you the attention
you know
you
how
want.
Motherfuckers like to swing drop some shit. It's definitely a troll. He like to swing drop some shit to try to steal subscribers and shit, which is cool. Do what you do.
It's a lot
but
of
if I
trolls.
go to your shit,
there's a lot of trolls, and trolls need love too. That's cool. Do your thing, bro. I hope you enjoy WrestleMania.
And I troll to another level. Let me make sure I screenshot.
Oh, I already did. We come to the Asylum. That ain't nothing.
You ain't gonna call me out, goddammit.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Because one thing, I don't know what the Asylum is, but if you talking music and wrestling and entertainment, we joke a lot on here, but bro, this ain't what you want.
I'm gonna check it out and see if it's even worth it. Because some people got a platform of 17 people and be like talking shit, come here. And they trying to, you know what I'm saying, sway the balance. But we'll see. Hack steal your shit when you jump in this shit. Haha, yeah, that's facts. Like, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, get them up out of here. I see they ain't getting no green name yet. So
hey, shout out to you, Chalupa Dupa Daddy, whatever your name is.
But damn, it's 12:30.
Prayers to all involved. I hope you have a great week. Steve Billingsley's Asylum. I'm gonna check you out and see what you're working with.
This week is gonna be crazy because you got Raw, the Raw after, which is tomorrow. Who knows? I expect to see John Cena or hear from him. I don't know if he's a SmackDown or Raw guy, but Netflix, it's going to be everybody's tuning in to see what's going to happen between Seth Rollins, who's going to be Jey Uso's guy, because he's definitely a Raw guy. Seth Rollins is a Raw guy.
Bro, the internet a crazy place.
It is.
People think they could just come to your house and just start throwing your shit around.
Anyone
I
you
ain't
want to
doing
see on
nothing but talking wrestling and eating Triscuits, and you gonna come attack me? What you doing?
First Lady,
different brand.
there
I would
is.
love to see some of the NXT talent get called up officially.
Yes.
They teased us with Jakara and Lash. They teased us
And
with
also Roxanne.
Roxanne. They teased us with a few of the guys. You had Fraxium come up. So yeah, I would like to see the NXT talent get some spots and sustain them. Plus, I would like to see some of the old NXT talent do better. Carmelo's kind of getting a push now because WWE has to find that next wave of superstar. Like I said, Jey Uso said he got 2 years left. Roman said he don't see wrestling after his contract expires, which is Mania next year. Cena is retiring. Randy doesn't have much time. I don't think we see CM Punk after next WrestleMania either. And even the other guys we don't think about. We think about the Miz, the R-Truths of the world, the people we see that we just so accustomed to seeing, we won't see one day because, hey, Father Time is undefeated. And as good as R-Truth looks, R-Truth is 183 years old. So
he was in pictures with Pac, bro.
He was a dancer
as an
for Tupac. So yeah, so I would like to see that new wave. We've kind of seen it with Jacob and Braun and Dom lead the way. Speaking of Dom, Rey Mysterio. He then a lot of these people that they're bringing, signing in, they're not 20-year-old stars. Jacob's not 20. Penta and Ray's not 20. So these people have years already. Even Dom, he's young, but he's got 15 years in.
Yeah.
Who says he want to wrestle 15 more? And again, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the stars aren't having these 20, 30, 40-year careers anymore. They're getting out early.
Just not with the money they get.
They're getting out early with money and ability to walk still. I will take that.
Yes. And Triple H got their limited load where it's, I don't want to say it's low management, but he's reduced their schedule from where Vince had it doing 240 to 280 matches a year to where it's significantly less. I'm not gonna say significantly, but significantly.
Yeah, so it's I would like to see that. I would like to see what I don't want to see is WWE's working with TNA. WWE just bought AAA. I don't want to see the WWE way become the way that they do it every company. What makes MLW different than AEW, different than AEW versus AAA is that they do what they do under their brand. Now that the WWE is involved, I don't want the WWE way to be the way across everything they're involved in, because that means we're going to get the same camera shots. We're going to get the same promos. We're going to get the same matches. It won't be different. So I don't want to see that, but I do want to see the new talent come in, and I want to see the people do well, because I work with a wrestling company. It's hard, bro. It's a hard business. It's a hard grind, and the closer you get to it, the more you realize what people risk for your entertainment. They risk their lives. I remember I was at the Hall of Fame ceremony, WrestleMania 28 in Miami. Tully Blanchard, he said, y'all become our family because we miss birthdays. We spend holidays with y'all. We miss our kids' first steps. We miss a lot of things, and y'all become our family. Being a wrestler on any level is a sacrifice because you're away, you're sacrificing your time, you're sacrificing your body, you're sacrificing relationships. You might come home, your child walking and talking, and you missed all that. You know what I'm saying? You missing birthdays, you missing anniversaries, you missing funerals, you missing life as it happens. And then when you home, I remember Jerome Bettis said that. Jerome Bettis said, I will go home Sunday after the game. I won't get out of bed till Tuesday. Because you have to recover, rinse, and repeat. And it's a hard business to grind. So I respect anybody that's ever stepped in a wrestling ring, laced up their boots, and took a bump. Even if you took one bump, I respect you. But if you've taken the thousands and you've gave your life to this thing called wrestling, that's why a lot of wrestling fans piss me off, because we as fans, I'm gonna say we feel entitled to these people. We feel entitled to their personal lives. We feel like they work for us when they just entertaining us, and then people talking, they body shame people. They talk about people's personal lives. Like if it ain't about what's going on in the ring, we shouldn't be talking about it. Period.
Facts.
So
Facts. I liken that to some of that military stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's my background. So I know about the deployments. You come home, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. You come home for a couple days. You come like it's a grind. It's a grind. You come home and you like a stranger in your own home. You know what I mean? Where you miss so much. And when you get long periods of vacation, like when a wrestler gets injured and now he's home for a long period, it's like what happens when you're away. Not in a negative light, but just like
you know who's the perfect example of that? Tom Brady. Tom Brady sat his ass home and
well,
said, "I don't want to be home. I'm coming back to the NFL." So you can't. It's different.
well, even in that, like it's just that's why wrestlers. You look at their divorce rates; they're very high. You look at the military divorce rates are very high. It's no secret. I already said I have two. You know what I mean? And it's very difficult. So I will always, even though we can say the fuck Flair thing, I didn't ever say fuck Flair. I might have said it once or twice, but I don't
Once
really
or
mean it in
twice,
a.
I think you got it tattooed on your lower
No,
rib. You know how
I read the
Tupac,
comments, but
had Thug Life tatted on his abs? HP got fuck Flair.
I don't ever mean it personally to any wrestler. I want them all to get their money. I want them
You
all to
talking
be
about the
safe.
history and the
You know.
politics of Ric Flair, not
Yes,
Ric Flair
exactly.
himself.
So exactly. So salute to these brothers and sisters because now they're gone. They're out there
It's
doing
hard, bro.
their
It's a
personal
grind.
life is not Montez Ford made a comment this weekend where they were talking about Bianca Belair and they were talking about what Shannon Sharp and them were saying about Bianca. And Montez Ford gave the realest comment I've ever heard anybody put it.
First of
Send
all,
the mic.
Shannon Sharp is gross. He talked way too much about his sex life and his penis, and
Well, he's just selling shirts.
yeah, but
You know how
still,
it
bro,
goes. And
is it
hymns. And
is
he's
it
selling
about?
hymns.
I don't want to hear Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco talk about their penis size. Like, fam, that's not what I want to hear about. I like you a sports show, right? I get it. Then you talking about somebody's wife, and you know it's their wife, and it's bad, bro. It's bad. Now
I'm with you on that part.
Shannon got mad when they made a parody of him getting out of a truck in his tight pants. But you in here talking about somebody's wife. Like, you can't have it both ways.
A lot of people lose respect for it. That's why, like, I don't want to say anything crazy about Bianca, right? Regardless of how you may be like, oh, she's off limits, bro. She's married. Even Dom is married. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to be like, yeah, Dom and Liv, but like we're talking about it from a fictional standpoint, not the behind the scenes. And I always want to clear that up. But I will say this:
And see,
Montez
Mike,
Ford,
that alone could cause a problem in the household. See what I'm
yeah, she
saying?
was pissed at what he said, but what he said, I'm gonna repeat it. He said a lot of people can see what's on the menu, but I'm the only one that knows what it tastes like, bro.
That's bro, that's bad. That's bad.
I'm
Now,
not gonna say it's
now,
bad because at the
if
end of
it
the day,
affected Bianca some type of way, it's bad because that
well, I
affected.
think she was looking at it from the professional because you said that to Pete
And
Rosenberg
he
and
should be
the
looking at it from
girl.
the professional standpoint too. What happened was that man thing inside of him. Oh, I gotta say something, bro. If that something from the outside world affected your inside life, is bad. Period.
Yes, but you gotta. Most people never. Most people never go through the situation of having to be deployed or be gone away from home or work the road to the extent that superstars in WWE. I can say I have. I was gone for a week, come in for a weekend, leave for a few days, come in for a week, be gone for. I know I can see DMs. I'm not dumb. So I understand it. I truly do, and I'm not even mad at him. I do get Bianca's point though. Hey, we work for. You can't say that to this,
And
and they probably had some drink.
Montez comes from a military background. We don't know their past. That's the beauty of their relationship. We don't know much about their relationship. And now he's, you know what I'm saying? Like he fed into the thing.
He did. He had a moment, but again, here's the thing about Bianca versus Montez too.
When keeping it real goes wrong, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, but Bianca is a little bit more experienced in this arena. She's been to several WrestleMania as the main event, as a headliner. Montez, he ain't, he was just on the Cameron joint, and they
You
were
can't
giving
say
him
that
shit.
because, and I thought that was a bad look for them too. They shouldn't even been on It Is What It Is.
I disagree. WWE's trying to bring in the black markets. They don't know
That
how to
ain't the
do it. They're
place
like, oh,
though.
we got a black tag team.
That ain't the
Send them there.
place. That ain't
Send
the
them,
place.
send them there. Right? WWE is very pushing forward. They're pushing forward on these genres and stuff. I get it. And I do see what you're saying about that ain't because they're not very big on wrestling. That you could tell from how they were talking about the
Bro,
event
it's
and being on
Cameron
main
and
event.
Mace.
Yeah, but the Cameron and Mace do millions of views to audience that WWE wants. They're not just WWE. Remember, it's TKO.
Bro, I can
TKO.
guarantee you, Cameron and Mace fans be like, yo, I don't fuck with that fake shit. 1000%.
I doubt it because all their audience at probably some point because they're also probably used to watch wrestling. So the one thing about WWE, they always like to go for the kids. You wonder why? Because when you grow up, I got you. You know what I mean? It's easier to bring you back than to get you in if you were never. So I do think that you
Mike, I
have to have
forgot
more
about that
seasons.
reality show. You know what? When I first saw about that reality show, I was like, that's a bad look too. Because you know why I say that? Because Randy Orton, in his documentary a few years ago, he said, the one regret I have about my documentary is putting my wife in it. He said that.
I have nothing to say about it. I mean, it's hard
And I
to.
think he's divorced from that lady, and I could be wrong, but he specifically said, I regret putting my wife in it. And I think
Everybody ain't met for fame and fortune, bro.
there's
And
such a
fame's
lack
next.
of privacy in today's world that you should protect your privacy if you can.
Yeah, right. If you can,
Professor Griff from Public Enemy told me years ago, the first mistake people do is put their families on the internet. And I think if I'm a wrestler, it's so much more we could talk about than my relationship. A lot more we can talk about. Like I said, Montez has a military
His
background.
music. No one
He's
talks about Montez.
also
He was on there with Cam and Mace, and they didn't bring up his music.
he also is a man of faith. He's a hell of an artist. We heard some of his music when we was riding with AJ Francis, you know what I'm saying, to No Mercy.
Yes.
AJ Francis played us a whole album of him and Montez, and it's
It's good.
amazing. And even in
It's
that,
good.
remember, it was a line on a song. I'm not gonna say what it was. Remember? And AJ said he had to convince Montez to say the line.
Yeah.
So I know that was Montez having a moment trying to protect his wife, but it just was a bad moment. And just because WWE want to see you somewhere don't mean you need to go there. You could plant a flower anywhere. That don't mean it's going to grow. Sometimes it hurts you doing things versus not doing them. And unfortunately, that's trial and error. But Montez Ford is a superstar. He's been a
Tez,
champion.
Fred.
He's been a champion before. He's no stranger to fame and microphone and talking. He just had a moment. And I think
Yeah.
people, you start talking about people's wives and families and stuff, that's when you cross lines. But people feel just because they see something on the internet, they can talk about it and attack it. And we feel entitled to people in their lives and what they have going on. I'm totally against that. That's just me. Because I like to protect.
I see you, Bando and Mike, going back and forth. Yeah, what is what?
Bando and Mike in the draft? Because guess what? This is what the draft is going to, this
Did
is
you
going to be
just
on
the draft
Wednesday.
is flat?
Bando and Mike, y'all could be on here. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Wednesday Night Wars is for.
It's gonna be crazy. I cannot wait.
Hey, but
But no, I'm
respectfully.
Archie. I
Respectfully.
honestly think
It's
you
gonna be
captured that.
respectfully what we doing on Wednesday. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be respectful. And if you do get crazy, you're gonna have to get up out of here. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna put them rules out too on Wednesday too. Like, don't come in here with the you a dumb motherfucker with that. Cause that's gonna get you kicked. The one thing we gotta do is respect everybody, even if I don't agree with your opinion. I'm basically the general manager of a
You know
team
what I
as is
thought was
Archie.
weird tonight too? The fact that they had Montez Ford's daughter in Bianca Belair's entrance.
Yeah, they said it to her stepdaughter.
I thought that was
No,
weird.
I don't think it's weird. I just think it's weird that you addressed it.
And
I think it's weird that you
specifically saying stepdaughter is weird.
Yes, I agree. Because, and let me give you a perfect point to that. I was married. In my second marriage, we never even used the term step. So if I were to be on news or whatever, and you're addressing my daughter as the stepdaughter, it's like, damn, we don't even address. That's my daughter. Period. That's what it is.
I
There's
thought it
no.
was weird. They could have said Montez's Ford's daughter is joining Bianca Belair. They didn't have to
They
say.
didn't have to say none of it.
They wanted to highlight her for whatever reason.
Fair.
But there's a better way to do it than calling somebody's stepdaughter on national TV in front of millions of people.
Yeah,
I thought that was weird.
I
just thought that was
you should
very
have just
strange.
said daughter.
Yeah, I thought that was
because then
weird.
it highlights this, and I hate to say it like this. It highlights the whole family.
ISO on HP. Talk. I want to hear it.
It highlights
and in the draft, if you get an ISO called on you, you better be ready.
You better be ready. I honestly think it highlighted the black family issue because you said step, meaning Montez Ford obviously was a single parent prior to Bianca and him being married. Even though I don't know what they go through, they might say, yeah, they might use the term step in their marriage. I did not. I had a stepdaughter. It was just my daughter, period. You check my insurance, you check my life insurance policy, all my health benefits, all my paperwork. There is no difference. Everyone got that's 5 children, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. Boom. That's 100% divided by 5. Everybody got the same. Everybody is getting this. We never use those terms. Just like my children never referred to my wife as stepmom. We had different little catchy names, but never step. And their mom was like, you can't even have you. It's your step. You might tell them that at your house, but in my house or around me, we're not using that term
It's
because it's
just
all
like you said,
family.
it's a stigma with that, especially with black families. I don't want to make it racial, but
Right.
I think that took away from the moment because they wanted her to be a part of it. She probably was hella excited. They probably don't think twice about it, but I just think that was it was a weird call. It's a weird call to say that in front of the world.
First lady, when you rewatch it, the entrance that Bianca makes, they'll say it.
The young lady in the middle in all gold had the real long braid. She was just kind of in the middle. Then when Bianca came out, Bianca hugged her. And she's like, joining Bianca in her interest is her stepdaughter.
Yes. Yep. They
Y'all
didn't even
could
have
just
to
say
say that.
the young lady's name. Joining her tonight is Michelle. Michelle Ford or Michelle Belair, whatever the name is. You could have said something other than stepdaughter. And you talking WWE, you know what you're doing. Oh man, y'all getting a little feisty in that chat. That's what I want. See, you know what? We know how we run in the Horseman 97. We running like the 80s and 90s NBA. Ain't all that banana boat going on vacation. You know what I'm saying? We ain't LeBron and them on a boat. You know what I'm saying? We look, we ain't shaking hands after the game. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
We Dennis Rodman with Scottie Pippen. We breaking chins. You know what I'm saying? Like it's we dunking and grabbing our nuts like Sean Kemp. Like it's the old NBA.
And we ain't giving dap. You remember we dumped on that one motherfucker and give him dap? That shit was crazy.
Scotty pushed Patrick Ewing, bro. That's what. Remember the game Arch Rivals? Y'all old like me. Yeah, we arch rivals. We ain't friends on Wednesday. It's what? It's war. It ain't called Wednesday Night Tea Party. It's Wednesday night wars. And it's gonna be wrestling based. And then after the draft for Wednesday Night Wars, I'm dropping something on my Instagram page. It's gonna be the Archie Carter, and we're gonna be doing something else over there. So y'all gonna start seeing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, like this conversation would be perfect on what we doing over there because it's kind of the after show to what happens after the wrestling talk. when we just talk in real life. But yeah, Wednesday Night Wars is going down. $1.99 gets you in. You got till Tuesday to get into this. And if you're a battle rapper, you could pay $1.99 to get into the pool, to get drafted, to battle Z to drop out, and if you win, you get $200. So you could HP, you the money man. What's a $200 profit on $2 investment?
It's like 1,000%.
Come on, man. You say you're a hustler, you gonna flip. You want to flip it. You the
It's
money
not
man.
100%, like 1,000.
I know it's 200%.
It's like bro. 200 times.
See, I don't even know how you do the math on it.
I gotta do it the opposite way. 200 oh shit. Minus 1,000%. I'm fucking up all my maths. All right, y'all. I can't.
Mike said make the draft a week. Mike said make the draft a week long. Draft the first round on Wednesday, second round on Thursday. Now we ain't gonna have y'all sitting around like Tom Brady. We gonna get it done that first day, because next Wednesday it's on, dog. It ain't no training day, ain't no orientation, ain't no CBLs, computer based learning. That's what they used to make you do when when you get a job. There ain't none of that. You going to work Wednesday? No. You going to war Wednesday?
Going to
we
war.
Headhunters. We go down with the king.
Gotta know which
down
team you going on.
That's the motto. Down with the king. Down with the king.
It's going crazy. It's going crazy. The Horseman 97 or the Click. Oh, I can't wait. I'm about to go make a BLC.
Ended on Thursday. Oh, what's tomorrow? Now we got Monday Night Raw. Now we gonna Mike ready. Mike ready. Jump out the window.
Joker, go ahead and hurry up and tap in.
It's called anticipation.
Watch this shit Wednesday night.
It's called anticipation.
I can't wait. I definitely can't wait. But
I'm
good.
Frank, you know what I'm saying? You on the draft boards. You high on the draft boards. I ain't gonna hold you. We've been talking about this. It's not like we haven't been talking about this. We know, cause some of y'all vibe better with our style of talk, our style of broadcasting, and our opinions. That's the thing. You can't have nobody who's totally opposite of at least what you think, right? So we've been talking, but yeah, we gonna keep it G. And they gotta keep it kayfabe. We gonna turn up. But yeah, man. So Z just added to the pot. If you were in the transfer portal and you get drafted and you a battle rapper, he said he will battle you. You beat him, get $100. HP said he doubling that. So if you want to battle, possibly battle Z to drop out, get $200.
Gotta win.
$1.99.
You don't just get it for the battle. You gotta win.
But the only people that can vote on a winner are people that are in the transfer portal. So if you're in the transfer portal,
the only people who can even be accessible to even be in the battle also are people who are.
Yes, I'm saying you got to be on the team to get in the battle, and then the teams will vote to see who wins, and if the chat decides that you won, you get $200. So I think we should do that every draft. To be honest, put a bag on it. We're gonna make this sweet.
Got hit with what? A fan got hit outside WrestleMania 41. What? Let me see what happened.
I know Austin, that lady fell out when he hit.
Oh no! They hit her with a car. Oh shit!
Huh?
You know the 4-wheeler carts.
That's the lady.
Right, it's about that.
Oh, they wilding in Vegas. They wilding.
Is that Dom in there? Or is that just a fan? It looks like Dom Mysterio is in they're trying to get him from one point, and his driver accidentally, you know what I'm saying, caught somebody slipping.
Prayers to all those involved, man. And I hopefully this WrestleMania was enjoyable for you. We got it at a 6.5, 7 at the
Got rid of.
most. Yeah, man. So we on to next WrestleMania season, starting with Monday Night Raw. It's gonna be an interesting Raw, and we're gonna be here during the main event to go live. And it might not be a long one because we got to get ready for Wednesday. If you're interested in the transfer portal and being part of this thing we call Attitude Era Podcast, check out the memberships. You just need the basic one to be involved. But if you want to do more, that's totally up to you. Made it as cheap as possible. So we're going to get this popping. And Wednesday at 8:30, HP won. He won. So the Click will be making the first pick. Excuse me, losing my voice. The Click will be making the first pick in the draft. I'm about to put you on the spot, HP. You got your first. You got your first pick in mind?
Yeah, I do.
Interesting.
I ain't about to tell y'all here. Y'all gonna have to tune in. I definitely.
No. Here's another question. Move that ugly ass logo. Move the ugly ass logo too. Split us. Is your pick in the chat right now?
Let me see. Let me go back to this chat real quick. Let me see who all in here.
Is your number one pick in the chat right now?
It looks like they are.
Oh, see.
It looks like they are.
That's good news for somebody.
Either they are or they were. I don't know who's still in here. If everyone just type something real quick, but I ain't about to give it all away. But they were here tonight. They definitely
if
were
you in
here
the
tonight.
transfer portal, just type a W. A W Wednesday night, WNW or something. Just to give us a W. I want to see if HP pick is in the draft.
Hey, we ready to go. I'm ready to roll, bro. It's 1 a.m. Y'all ready?
All right, we'll just tap back in because we got to come back tomorrow night. So we'll see y'all tomorrow night, man. Hope this week is good to you and good for you. Wednesday is going down. And we glad y'all are part of this. We enjoyed this WrestleMania weekend with y'all for sure. We had fun. I learned that Triscuits are absolutely delicious. Got 3 boxes here. Probably gonna buy 3 more. I've been trying to stay away from the carbs, but they got me. DNA is at WrestleMania. That's why he didn't pop in. Gamage is back traveling from Vegas. We had a long week. It started with Wale Mania and it just ended tonight. The trips got extended. The hotels had to get extended. It was a blast. We had a ball. WrestleMania was good to us. And hopefully it was good to y'all. I see a few dubs. I see the dubs.
We have to tap it on. We're gonna have to tap it on
Wednesday,
see.
8:30. We gonna see. But we'll see y'all tomorrow night doing the main event of Monday Night Raw. I am the Archie Carter. That's King HP. That is the man who will be making history Wednesday when he calls somebody's name. And I'm apologize to you now. I'm sorry. I failed you. But we'll see y'all tomorrow night. After our podcast, you heard? Have a good week. Peace.